Welcome back to Castle Sports Talk. My name is Mr. Junior, and I'm with literally my boy, my prodigy, my son, Zion. Zion, you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Zion. You see me on his channel before when he tried to explain underdog fantasy. Um, I'm in third grade. I'm his son, and I'm real. And I my favorite team is the Vikings.
Are you excited to be here?
Yeah.
Good. You're also on another video where you're actually on the thumbnail, the one where we went to the Celtics game,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was like a day in the life of Mr. Junior and Zion, which is pretty cool, right?
Mhm.
So, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
You got basketball practice in 20 minutes, so let's bang this one out. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do a one-round mock draft using the Pro Football Mock Draft Simulator. And here we go. We will be doing all picks for all teams. The only thing is, I'm doing odds or you're doing odds?
I'm doing odds.
You do odds and I do evens, except I do all Chargers picks, you do all Vikings picks.
Yeah.
All right. And Zion knows a lot. Zion knows a lot. But he doesn't know more than the teacher so far. I'm the sensei. He's the what do you apprentice or whatever, the trainee, whatever.
Apprentice.
So yeah, the apprentice. So if there's anything I want to change, or if I want to make a pick on behalf of an odd number team, I'll just go ahead and do that. All right, Zon?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll be in control of the draft, and you just let me know who you want to pick for any one of your picks. Pick number one, Z. Who you going with, and give a quick little rundown on why.
Caleb Williams.
Why do you think we should
Um,
go?
So there was a chance that the Chicago Bears could stay with Justin Fields, but since they already traded with the Steelers, it's an obvious pick that they're going Caleb.
Yeah, man. And they just got Keenan Allen too. They obviously got DJ Moore. They still got the number 9 pick to add another weapon for Caleb Williams. So Caleb Williams is going into a very, very healthy quarterback situation. So that's a great pick for the Bears. For Zion's uncle and my brother's favorite team, the Washington Commanders, also known as the Redskins. I'm gonna go Drake May. I would love for the Patriots to get Drake May, but I'm not the Patriots. I'm the Commanders. So I'm going to go with the guy who I think is the second best quarterback in the class, Drake May. He's getting a lot of hate. They say he misses a couple of throws, but yeah, he makes throws that no one else in his class could make except Caleb Williams. He makes throws that I've never seen Jaden Daniels make. And I really like this prospect. I think he's going to be like the next Jay Cutler or something like that. And I like Jay Cutler. Threw a lot of intos, but he threw a lot of touchdowns and he threw bullets. He threw darts. So I'm going to go with Drake May. I like him. I like his talent. Number 3, New England Patriots. Who you go with, Z?
Jaden Daniels.
Mm.
He did do bad 2 years ago in college, but now he's doing pretty fine, and I think that'll be a good fit for their quarterback.
Is he doing pretty fine, or did he just win the Heisman?
He just won the Heisman, so
That's
that's pretty
pretty.
good.
That's really good. And even though he had bad years the years before that, the fact that he improved and shows that much room for improvement and that much coachability, it bodes good things if you're like a coach that thinks like, I could make him into the next great, just a little bit of training with me. So Jaden Daniels is a good guy for that. Good prospect. Arizona Cardinals is me.
I'll try to trade with the Vikings.
Oh, you want to trade with the Vikings?
Yeah.
I'll do that because the Cardinals could get a wide receiver later. Yeah, they could go Marvin Harrison, but I'm down to make a trade. I really am. If I'm the Cardinals, I'm making this trade with the Vikings. Oh, shoot. Cardinals. Sorry, guys. We'll do the 11 and 23 for the 4. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Fine. I want a little bit more, but fine. 2 first-round picks, can't be mad at it. All right, so with the number 4 pick of the NFL draft, who you go with?
JJ McCarthy. for
Let's do it.
Jaden McCarthy because they just lost Kirk Cousins, but they still have Jordan Addison and they still have Justin Jefferson. So JJ McCarthy will be in a pretty good spot if he goes with the Vikings.
People are sleeping on that. People are not mentioning that enough, that the Vikings have a very healthy situation for a rookie quarterback. So for them sticking and picking at 11 doesn't make sense. They got to trade up for one of these four guys. Because them getting Bo Nix at 11 or Michael Penix at 11 just doesn't really make sense for what the team needs. And JJ McCarthy is the youngest out of all these quarterbacks, and he has a lot of potential being coached by Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. Scouts saying, wow, Jim, you did a great job with JJ. He's a very coachable kid, great arm talent. So even though he has a lot of flaws, he's still young and still a great coachable prospect. Great pick for the Vikings. Chargers, pick number 5. I'm going to trade back, man. I'm going to trade back. And Z, I want to trade back to 6. So it's up to you if the Giants want to trade up for Marvin Harrison. If not, then I'll probably trade with maybe the Jets or someone else.
Do whatever you want. It's your team.
You're pick 6, man.
It's okay. You can trade up. You can trade up. You can trade up.
So with the Giants, you want to trade up for what reason?
Marvin Harrison Jr. In my opinion, he is the best wide receiver out of Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze. So the New York Giants will get a really good wide receiver for them.
I think that's smart for the Giants to do. I really do. Because if they don't get these 4 quarterbacks, your next vision is Marvin Harrison. And the problem is the Cardinals traded back from 4 to 11, but they could be having their eye on trading back up to 5. They did that last year. They traded back just to trade up again. And it's a good strategy. So the Giants are like, I don't want the Cardinals to get Marvin Harrison. So we got to make that move. I think I got to do that. I got to do that. And Zion is on board with pick number 6 since he's evens. And we'll do that. Where's the Giants at? Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. So we'll do that. And the Chargers. So the Giants essentially trade up 1 pick. So they could probably offer, I don't know, 107. 107 and pick 6 for number 5 to the Chargers. Rejected. So we'll do, I don't know who rejected it. Like, who rejects it? It doesn't really say. Can I do like a forced trade? Sorry, that was a PlayStation. Can I do like a forced trade? No. I don't know who rejects. Like, it doesn't even say who rejects. You know what? I'm going to stick and pick, man, because we don't got time for this. Dang, Z. Give me Marvin Harrison, Z. Give me Marvin Harrison, Z. Who you got with 6 to the Giants?
I got Rome Odunze.
Explain that pick.
I do think Malik Neighbors is a better wide receiver than Rome Odunze, but in this situation for the Giants, they will need Rome Odunze.
Yeah, they already have 2 slot guys in Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson. DeAndre Slayton is a small guy himself. So it would be very redundant and just doesn't make sense to get another guy who his rookie year will probably have to play in the slot. It's just a better place for Rome to go. I like it. Number 7 with the Titans, easiest pick in the first round, except for the Bears, Joe Alt. They need a left tackle. That's all they're missing, and they're at the perfect position to pick a blue chip prospect in Joe Alt. Number 8, Falcons. This got a chance to be a very sexy pick right here. Who you got, Z? Who you got?
I don't think they need a wide receiver. They already got really good wide receivers. I think they might get a edge, and that edge might be Jared Verse, who as a superhero comparison, I like to call him Hulk and the Flash.
Okay, think about this. I love Jared Verse. He's the Hulk and he's the Flash because he's not the fastest, but like on film, he looks very fast and lethal. But you could stick and pick with Jared Verse. But how about this? I'm the Cardinals. I'm odd. I want the top 3 receivers. I couldn't get Marvin Harrison. I couldn't get Roma Dunze. If I'm the Cardinals, I want Neighbors. And I know the Bears are probably going to pick Neighbors, or the Jets will definitely pick Neighbors because they need weapons for Aaron Rodgers. I want to trade up to number 8, and I'll give you my first round pick. I'll give you pick 11, and I'll give you a third, maybe a second round pick. Do you want to stick and pick Jared Verse at 8, or trade back to 11 and maybe still get Verse at 11?
I'll trade.
Yeah, it makes sense because you can still get Verse at 11. I just don't know how to force trades. I think we need to buy this thing. So what I'm going to do is Cardinals 11 for Falcons 8, and shoot, I'll give them since we're not going to do second round, I'll just give them 35 just to make sure they say yes. But like, oh, accepted. Perfect. All right, Cardinals at 8. Who you got, Z? Oh wait. Yeah, I mean I was
Neighbors.
odd for 11, but now he's even, so we go Malik Neighbors. That's beautiful. So the Cardinals essentially trade back just to find an opportunistic spot to trade back up to still get their wide receiver that they need. I love that. And they steal them from the Jets and Bears. I love that for the Cardinals. That's very smart for them. For the Bears, I'm odd. I would have loved to get Malik Neighbors here. Since Keenan Allen is old, he's probably retire in 2 to 3 years. I would love to get Neighbors to come in there and make this offense even stronger. He's not there. So I'm thinking either cornerback or edge. I could go tight end, but they have Cole Kmet. I got to go a cornerback that I love, Terrion Arnold. I love him. It makes sense for them to go edge, but I'm not too convinced Dallas Turner will be a star in the league. I think Terrion Arnold will be very good. That's just my preference in players. But they do need defense. If it's not wide receiver, go defense, and I'm fine with edge or cornerback. I go Terrion Arnold. The Jets, just in case you didn't know, Zion, Jets need weapons for Aaron Rodgers. They need blockers, offensive tackles, and they need a backup wide receiver. And they could also use Brock Bowers at tight end. I don't think they're looking at defense first round. So who you got?
Brock Bowers. Because there's no wide receivers close enough for them to get. And they do need tight ends, so that would be Brock Bowers.
Okay. I would go with Brock Bowers too, Z. But explain why you go Brock Bowers over the Fs at tackles. Fautanu, Fuaga, and Fashanu.
I picked Brock Bowers.
Over a blocker.
Over because I think he'll be a better fit for the Jets.
Yeah. I think they need a weapon, and even though they do need a blocker, you can't find a Brock Bowers in round 2, but you could find another startable tackle in round 2. So I think that's why they go Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, don't sleep. He's a blue chip prospect. Yeah, he's a tight end, but he's literally the best tight end college football has ever seen. That doesn't mean it'll translate, but no one has better stats as a tight end than Brock Bowers in college ever. If that's not as blue chip a prospect you could get for a tight end, then I don't know what it is. Brock Bowers is a really good pick for them, and they could survive in round 2 with a tackle in round 2. Me, pick 11 for the Falcons. I like Jared Verse is my favorite edge in the class. I like Latu the second best, Turner the third best, so I'm gonna go Jared Verse for the Falcons. They traded back from 8. They would have picked Verse at 8. They trade back to 11 and still get Verse. Good for them. Good for them. Broncos at 12. They desperately need a quarterback. Do you reach here, Z, for a quarterback? Bo Nix or Penix? or do you just go somewhere else? Best player available. What do you think?
I think they could reach for Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix more than Penix. Mostly because Penix is a lefty, so it might be hard for him throwing to the right. But Bo Nix is a righty, so he can just turn and throw to the left.
Yep.
And
Yep. Go ahead.
and I also think Bo Nix is a better college prospect than Michael Penix.
That's fair to say. Bo Nix had great stats. He had Troy Franklin, but Michael Penix had Roma Dunze, right? Troy Franklin is good, but he ain't no Roma Dunze. So Michael Penix had better weapons. And on the combine, Penix was throwing darts out there, but I liked what I seen from Nix, so I would agree with that. I like Bo Nix better than Penix. There's not a lot of lefties in the league doing it, so it's like you just don't never know with a lefty. There's only one of them. You know what I mean? So it's like you never really know. So they reach for Bo Nix. Remember we seen that Photoshop with Bo Nix in Denver uniform?
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. All right, odd Raiders 13. Raiders are in a weird spot because they could not a good spot because they could use a lot of things. So they could just stick and pick with the best player available. And I'm gonna go for Shanu, best player available. I think he's the second best tackle after Joe Alt, and we're gonna go for Shanu. 14. Who you got?
For the Saints, who do they need?
They could use they needed an edge before they signed the guy from Washington. I'm blanking on his name. They don't need an edge anymore. So they need, I think you could do DT, but they need linemen. They need linemen.
I think the best lineman here is Talis Fuaga.
Yeah, Oregon State is you can't find bad film on Fuaga. You need linemen because Trevor Pennon, drafted 2 years ago, would honestly be better at guard. Ramchick is hurt, and I think Fuaga would just come in and just be very useful for them. Just a very useful player for them. Colts at 15. RIP Vontae Davis. Wait, dang, I forget his last name. RIP Vontae, man. Colt legend, passed away yesterday. Rest in peace, man. So in honor of him, in honor of Vontae, we're gonna go cornerback for the Colts. All right, pick 16, Seahawks. Who you got, Z?
Pick 16. They need a offensive guard.
So a lot of people have them going with a center, best center in the class, Jackson Powers Johnson Jr. I don't think that would be a reach. And a lot of people have them going defense. So I say you either go Jackson Powers Johnson or whoever you like on defense. Or you could go tackle because this is some really damn good tackles here. Or if you want, shit, there's other great players here. It's your pick, man.
I'll give it Brian Thomas Jr. I like him as a wide receiver. He's tall, so that will give him the advantage, and he's also pretty fast.
I'm trying to find a reason to say no, and they have DK Metcalf, who's literally Brian Thomas Jr. They have Jackson Smith and Jigma, who they drafted in the first round last year, but he's strictly a slot player. He's literally only a slot, really good slot. They have Tyler Lockett, who's about to retire in a year or two. Brian Thomas will replace Tyler Lockett. He's the same as DK, but honestly, Brian Thomas is a good player. So if you want to do that, we'll do that. And I think that makes their wide receiver core just probably one of the best in the league. Jesus Christ. So I was trying to find reasons for me to veto, and I found them, but I also found reasons not to veto this trade. So that's fine. Honestly, with the Jaguars, before they signed Gabe Davis, it was only Brian Thomas Jr. or AD, Adonai Mitchell. But they got Gabe Davis, so they don't really need wide receiver anymore. So I'm just going to go best player available. And I'm going to go Johnny Newton. I think they could use a DT. I think their cornerback room could use some help. The linebacker room could use some help, but I think DT is just more of a pressing need for them. And I love Johnny Newton, so I'm gonna go Johnny Newton. The Bengals. Who you got, Z?
For defensive tackle for the Bengals, I'll go Brian Murphy the second.
Byron Murphy. I like the back-to-back defensive tackles. These are two really good defensive tackles. They both will be studs in the NFL. I can't wait to see what they do in the NFL and who actually becomes the better NFL player. But these two prospects, really good. So I like that for both these teams. I'm 19 LA. This is a very exciting pick because they could do a lot of different things. But look at Dallas Turner here. Pick 19. Look at Latu here at pick 19. I think Sean McVay, their head coach, would love a Fautanu, would love a Mims, would love a Latham, would love a Powers Johnson. You can't deny the edge right here, though, Latu. You can't deny Latu, man. You can't deny Latu to this team. I might regret not going tackle, but I might regret not going Latu. So I'm going to go Latu here. Pittsburgh Steelers just got Justin Fields. Who you got, Z?
Just got Justin Fields. I'll give them an offensive tackle, J.C. Latham.
You better, because before Fields that was their need, but now that Fields is there, and Fields likes to run around a lot, I think having good blockers would just be very helpful for him. So you want J.C. Latham over Mims or Fautanu?
Yeah.
Okay. Alabama, great school. Georgia, great school. I like Fautanu out of all these guys. I like Mims the second best, and then Latham. But there's some people out there that like Latham better than these two guys. So it's whoever's guess. So if Zion wants to go Latham, can't be mad at it. Out of Alabama, great pick. Miami Dolphins, they need a motherfucking blocker. Excuse my language. I'm going for Tano. They need a blocker. Simple as that. Eagles, they are famous for always going for the trenches in the first round. For like the past 10 years, they always go trenches in the first round. But that's not one of their biggest needs this year. So it's very interesting to see what they do in the first round. Who you got for the Eagles, Z?
I'll give them a cornerback, Nate Wiggins.
One of the fastest cornerbacks in the class. I see some people drafting him like top 15. I think yesterday me and Zion seen him drafted at like what? Top 10? Yeah. So a lot of people like Wiggins for his athleticism. Great prospect. And Darius Slay is getting older. They could use a cornerback. I would have told you go wide receiver since A.J. Brown is kind of like not happy there. And they could use a third wide receiver. But I'm fine. I'm fine with Nate Wiggins. I actually really like that. The Cardinals, they picked up Malik Neighbors, right? They got Malik Neighbors? Yeah. They got Malik Neighbors. So for the Cardinals, shoot. I'm going to go edge. Dallas Turner for the Cardinals. Pick 23, Dallas Turner. I mean, he might fall in the class. You never know. He might fall in this draft. One of these edges are falling, I think. I think two of these edges are going to get picked top 15, and one's going to fall just because there's so many good offensive players. And I think one of these edges fall in this draft, and it might be Dallas Turner at pick 23. That is lovely for the Cardinals. They get Malik Neighbors and Dallas Turner. Oh, my goodness. What a good draft for them. Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Who you got, Z?
Dallas.
They're going linemen. They need linemen down, so they need linemen. They're gonna either go center or Mims or whatever the best lineman is available.
I think they're going to Maurice Mims.
Mims is a bulldozer. He's one of the strongest tackles in the draft. Bulldozer. Green Bay Packers just got Josh Jacobs. So I'm gonna if there was a tackle here, I would have went tackle. I don't know if they need a center though. So I'm gonna go cornerback to give one of the best cornerbacks in the league. How am I forgetting his name? Jair Alexander, light skin dog. He's a light skin boy who's a dog. He's a dog, and to put Kool-Aid next to a dog makes that cornerback room pretty scary. I like Kool-Aid. He's one of my favorite cornerbacks in the class, not because of his name. I like him and Terrion Arnold the best.
I was really hoping you wouldn't pick him. I wanted him to go with the Buccaneers.
So they needed a cornerback too. You still got your boy Cooper DeJean. He could play cornerback, could play a little bit of safety. I don't know why they have him safety here. He played a lot of cornerback. They re-signed Mike Evans, so if they let Mike Evans go somewhere else, they probably would have picked A.D. Mitchell or Keon Coleman. But who you got, Z?
80.
Adonai Mitchell?
Yeah.
They're not picking wide receiver. They're not picking wide receiver. I'm telling you that right now. Now, if you want to reach for a cornerback,
corner,
you could go TJ Tampa or Lassiter. Or you could go with a safety / cornerback, Cooper DeJean, or you could they don't need wide receivers. You could go edge, Chop Robinson. He had like a 4.39 40. So he's a very fast edge. I say the edge or the cornerbacks.
Go to defense.
Or you could go Jack. It seems like they need a center. Their center just retired. Honestly, Z, I say either cornerback or center.
Go to corner and get TJ Tampa. He is a really good cornerback, and I think he's the tallest out of the corners.
6 feet, explosive long strider, has recovery speed to cover large swaths out of transition, impressively fluid. Former wide receiver, he has good skills. TJ Tampa's getting a lot of hate lately, but I think he could go late first round, which is where he goes right here. It's a good spot for him, I think. I think he's underrated. If I were them, I would have picked Powers Johnson Jr. and Chop Robinson because these two guys are good and it's one of their biggest needs. But Zion went TJ Tampa because he really likes TJ Tampa's profile and he thinks he's a really good prospect. So I'm not mad at it. Let me see if your mom's outside, Zion. Oh, she says, on my way, make sure he got shorts and water bottle ready to go. All right, Zion, let's hurry this up. A couple more picks left. I'm on the clock for the Cardinals again. This team is going to kill this draft. Oh, my goodness. And they need a guard, so I'm going to go Graham Barton. Let's go. First guard in the class, Graham Barton. Filling the need for the Cardinals, and now they're just wheeling and dealing. Jeez, they got Dallas Turnham, League Neighbors, and Graham Barton. Great draft. Bills, this is a post-Diggs trade draft. Who they got, Z? You better.
They got an A.D. Mitchell.
Let's go.
Because they lost Stefon Diggs, who is a really, really great wide receiver. And they also lost Gabe Davis, another wide receiver. And they had Josh Allen too. So
he's trying to win a Super Bowl.
They're trying to win a Super Bowl. And to help Josh Allen to that at least playoffs, A.D. Mitchell will help.
Yeah, man. If we compare him here, he's 6'2", 205, 9.99 RAS score. 10's perfect. Dude got 9.99. He's literally almost perfect athletically. If we compare him to Keon Coleman, 6'3", 213, he's a little bigger, a little stronger, not as athletic. 8.13 is damn good, but not a 9.99. So both of these guys are good for the Bills. It's whoever they like more. Lions, they need an edge. I'm going Chop Robinson, baby. Get him next to Aiden Hutchinson. Chop Robinson, baby. Baltimore Ravens just went to the AFC Championship but lost to the Chiefs. Who did they draft here to get over that hump?
I think they will go. I'm not gonna pick Xavier Worthy in the first round because he's 165 pounds, 5'11". So I am going to go Keon Coleman for them.
I'm gonna veto you. The veto means like I vote no. That's a veto. It means a vote no. So I'm gonna veto you and say that the Ravens aren't a team that throw a lot. They have Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. They kind of do need a wide receiver, but I think they get one late because they prioritize something else. They prioritize running the ball. I'm gonna go Tyler Guyton. They prioritize running the ball and keeping Lamar Jackson healthy and not sacked. So they're gonna invest into that idea and philosophy, and they go Tyler Guyton. So that's my first veto of the day, and it's at pick 30. That means Zion knows what the heck he's talking about. It's
I do
me
pick him sometimes for the.
for the
It's
Ravens.
it's either Keon Coleman I pick or Tyler Guyton.
Yeah, and I like Keon Coleman because they do need receiver. They do need it. I just think they get one in the second or third round. That's just my opinion. 49ers at pick 31. They would have loved to have Tyler Guyton. They really would have. But I'm going to go with a guy that I like, Kamari Lassiter, and I think they get a really good cornerback in Kamari Lassiter and make that cornerback room better. And the Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Who you got, Z? Rashee Rice, he's in trouble. The receiver they drafted last year, he got arrested. He didn't get arrested, but he's in legal trouble. He probably won't play a lot this year because of the legal trouble. So they're gonna go wide receiver. Z, I'm telling you right now, they're going wide receiver.
Yeah.
Chiefs need a wide receiver. Who they go? Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, Ladd McConkey, Troy Flanker, Malachi Corley, Jalen Pope, Xavier Leggetti. I think all of these guys could go to the Chiefs.
Ladd McConkey.
Whoa, what happened?
It's finished, so it goes to there.
Ladd McConkey, let me just read a little. Zion loves Ladd McConkey. He thinks he's one of the best receivers in the class. Obviously not better than maybe the top 3 or 4, but I think Zion thinks he's the 5th best. 5'11", 186, 9.33 RES score. White boy is athletic. Energized athlete with elite quickness. He's really good with head fakes and jabs, which means he's a good route runner. Flashes strong hands over the middle, which means he's tough and could catch in traffic. Spatial IQ and agility translate in RAC phase, which is run after catch. So he's just he has a good sense of the field, good sense of where to go with the ball, good vision. And his weaknesses are that he's a little tiny, little small, but receivers have done it at 5. Steve Smith, one of the GOATs, was like 5'9", like 190 pounds. So Ladd McConkey, he might not be like one of the top 15 receivers in the league ever in his career, but I think he's going to be like top 25 for like most of his career, which is really good, which means he's a starting caliber receiver. And to get him at the back end of the first round, damn good pick. And here we go. Me and Zion's mock draft post Stefon Diggs trade. And we got a couple trades here. Vikings trading up, Cardinals trading back, then back up. And I think we did good, Z. What do you think?
I think we did good too.
All right, so you ready for basketball practice?
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys. Castle Sports Talk, Mr. Junior and Zion, or I should say Mr. Junior and Zion. And see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.